Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is another special edition of the Benchwarmers Banter. As you can see, we're joining all remotely. All of us are home except for Josh, who's been imprisoned for some unspeakable things he did at the John Mayer concert. But we're hoping he gets out soon. Yeah, I heard he was shouting things to the security, had to come and restrain him or something. I don't know. We have the T20 World Cup, which has been one of the best T20 World Cups that's happened over the last, I think, 10 years. Almost every match has been amazing. We have so much stuff to round up from F1, where testing has just finished. We're just recording after the third day has wrapped up. There are rumors on rumors on rumors.
Yep.
Depending on who you believe, every team is ahead. We have Andy who's going to wrap that up for us. And yeah, from football, we have a couple of interesting matches that are coming up soon. So we're going to be previewing those. So yeah, let's jump right into it straight away. Josh, how does it feel as an Australian supporter to lose to Zimbabwe?
I thought you'd start with the City win, babe. Come on, babe. Come on. That was the biggest thing. No one cares of the T20 World Cup that's happening in Sri Lanka. No one cares.
I mean, we care. Every time Australia loses, the whole world cares.
It's copium, babe. I mean, to be honest, I was at work and the game was at what, 1:30, 3:30 or whatever. Yeah. So I watched the first part. I watched the first, I think 30 minutes of Zimbabwe's batting. And then I just checked the final score. The fact that we only got 2 wickets, okay, that is nuts, first of all. Okay, I can't hide behind excuses saying we don't have Hazlewood, we don't have Cummins, no Stark, no Mitch Marsh. I mean, it's not like we're going to bowl anyway, but no Mitch Marsh. But couldn't we take 4-5 wickets too? I mean, we couldn't, at least trouble the batsman a bit more. And I went and checked the comments later to see if the wicket was very slow or was it even and stuff and all. And Travis had told that the wicket was pretty even too. It was not like it was doing a lot. It was pretty consistent throughout both innings too. So I don't get the fact that, we couldn't even trouble the batsman a bit. And then later, I watched the first, I think, 30-40 minutes of the Australian innings. And then I just couldn't catch it because of work. But I wanted a slander. Okay, I had a lot of slander prepared for Matthew Renshaw, my guy who let you in bowl. Okay, but the fact that he was a top scorer.
Exactly, I was shocked to see his name on the I had no idea he was in the squad also.
Yeah, the fact that Matt Renshaw was a top scorer and technically a washed Maxwell in 2026 as being a second top scorer, and then Head getting a few runs. And I think it was a shambles, to be very honest. It was a proper shambles. We couldn't, except for the Head Marsh partnership, we couldn't even get Head and Renshaw partnership, we couldn't even get a longer one. So that was pretty disappointing. I'm not gonna panic right now. I'll just remember, I don't want to compare the 2023 World Cup, but we were in a pretty dire stage for that too. We lost the first 2 games and then did a proper remontada. So we don't have a lot of core players though, so I'm not gonna cast it up saying, we only have Oman. By the way, there's Australia Oman coming up. I don't know whom to support for that. I have no idea whom to support. But I really hope we thrash Oman. And we have easy fixtures though. I'm not that scared, to be honest. But
the only way that you guys are crashing out is you'll have to lose to Sri Lanka, and then Sri Lanka has to beat someone else. There are a couple of scenarios, but you'll make it to the next round for sure. The only thing that surprises me is how Australia earlier used to have their backups had backups. I remember when the 2004 series where Brad Williams, Nathan Bracken had come in, and that was a series where McGrath was injured and I think Bretley was not touring for some time, and even your backups were so good, and I just don't see that anymore with Australia. The depth is just not as good as it used to be.
We have a thing called, again, it's mad nerdy and all. We have a thing called succession planning at work, okay, in HR especially. You know who's going to replace a big person. For example, you have a leader, you know who's going to replace him. Australia don't have good replacements right now. For example, we lost Warner. We still can't find a proper opener. We pushed Travis, said that gimmick is going to work maybe for a few games. It might not work every single time. It's fine. It's working for ODIs and tests, but ODIs and T20s. But for tests, we don't have a proper opener. So I think Australia really failed with the planning of the future, at least, because we've had such a good core for such a long time, especially the bowling. We had such a strong core for so long. The fact that if 3 or 4 of them are missing, we don't have I rate Kuhneman, I rate a couple of other players, but it's not like they're not at the same level, right? It's the drop off is crazy. If you remove Hazlewood and Stark, the next, Scott Boland might be on par, but the people following them are nowhere close. It's going from a 9/10 to like a proper 3. It's just mid, to be very honest. So I think that's one thing Australia really failed to do. It's properly planned for the future, and that's one thing India do really, really well. I mean, it's obviously the abundance of resources too. Australia being such a small country, we do produce some good talent, but it's not the same level. At the same level as Warner, Smith, Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood and stuff. So I think that's one thing Australia really need to work on for maybe the next 4 to 5 years at least. We might have a down period where we might not win anything. I just see Head playing for a while. I see, okay, Mitch Marsh, again, he's also pushing 35 or something now. He's been there for a very long time. I don't know how long he'll be the captain for. Smith is going to retire in a few years. Now there's a chance of Smith coming back for the T20 World Cup too. Now that Marsh is gone. So, yeah, there are a lot of things. We are in a transition period, to be very honest. In ODIs, Tests and T20s, we're in a transition period. I'm not going to expect a lot from this team. And again, for some reason, like you mentioned in the GC today, we do not take the T20 World Cup seriously. I don't know what it is. It's just for the vibes, just for, you know what, if you want to be involved. We're like one of the big countries, so we want to be involved. Except for the 2021 World Cup and the 2010 T20 World Cup, where England won, the one that England won. Or no, 2010 was the one Pakistan won, I think. I don't. Yeah, the one
Pakistan,
where the one where Hussey scored a banger of an innings. I don't remember which over, 2009 or 2010. I've never seen Australia take a T20 World Cup very, very seriously. Like, go all guns blazing and go all out. So I'm not really sure if they don't really rate it or they've already won one. We don't really care for the next one. I'm pretty sure the players don't think that way. They're like quite professional, but that's what it feels like from the outside, at least. We just don't see a lot of hype in Australia for this. Not a lot of people in Australia tune in for the T20 World Cup too. If you go and ask around the streets and all, it's the Bordeaux Trophy, the Ashes, and the ODI World Cup. That is all they care about. They couldn't care about anything else. I don't know what the mentality is for that, but yeah, as Australian fan who doesn't live, who has nothing to do with Australia, who can't even like go to the country in the next 1 year, I think, yeah, I'm very invested in that. And when I saw the score, when I saw the way we were struggling to win, it was quite hurting, but I don't see this denting our hopes for the qualification, to be very honest. I still see us going through. If we crash out, yeah, that'll be a proper humbling. And I have to start a dare for this too, by the way. You know what? I have the Arsenal one, right? I think to make it interesting, I have to start a dare. If Australia don't make the T20, you know what? I'll come back with a dare for the next episode. But for this episode, I'm still pretty confident that Australia are going to make it through to the next round because we don't have tough fixtures. We have Sri Lanka and Oman and a couple of other bozo teams. But yeah, if we don't make it, that'll be like a 2007 India crash out against Bangladesh. It might be on the same level because looking at the stage of the teams right now, yeah, that's about my analysis. Very honest, I didn't watch the entire game, so I can't give like an in-depth analysis. But from what I watched, I caught the highlights. I watched a couple of comps on Twitter and all. But yeah, because it's during a work time, I just couldn't catch the full game. I'm pretty sure you must have watched the entire thing.
I watched most of it, but yeah, I think I agree with what you said. Before we move on from like the upsets that have happened recently, did you happen to catch the South Africa and Afghanistan game?
Yeah, I did. Now, what was that?
I think my one of the favorite cricket Twitter things I've ever read has come from this game, where someone said it's not the first time that Rabada has been struggling with a white line.
Okay. Andy, explain the joke to Andy, my guy, by the way.
Yeah.
This bowler Rabada, he almost cost South Africa the match because he bowled a no ball at the wrong time.
Okay.
And the white line because he was caught doing cocaine last year. So people like, not the first time he's been
Some of the
struggling with
funniest
white-
people in the world on Twitter, be. Andy, I know you'll start a threads gimmick, but some of the funniest bubbas in the world are on Twitter.
Yeah. Fair.
Andy, I'll summarize this match for you, okay?
Yeah.
So South Africa, first thing is they were looking in the driver's seat. Afghanistan, through one innings, made a mad comeback and it was a tie. So actually, both teams had chances to close the game during the regular game. They didn't take their chances and they let it go to a tie. They had the first super over. Now the first super over, again, Afghanistan was in the driver's seat. South Africa hit a 6 of the last ball. And it went to a second super over where South Africa scored 23 and Afghanistan needed 24 runs, I think, to finish off the match. First ball was a dot, second ball was a wicket. And in the super over, you only get 2 wickets, right? Next, batsman comes in, the same batsman who did well during the innings, Gurbaz, right?
It was Ahmed.
Yeah. Yeah. So he hits 666. So 18 runs in 3 balls, and last ball they need 6 runs to win.
Yeah.
He gets out.
Shit.
People are hailing it as one of the best T20 World Cup matches ever that anyone has ever witnessed. It was amazing.
Remember the India-New Zealand game before COVID, just before COVID? The dual super over one with
Sharma,
Rohit Sharma.
yeah, yeah.
It reminded me just of the one game. It was so similar to that. Yeah.
It was such a crazy thing, and I loved the best part was Dale Steyn's reaction because he was commentating. He was like, he basically wanted to get down and punch Rabada, but then he's like, if I did that, then we wouldn't have had as entertaining a match if he didn't bowl that no
They'll
ball.
call it racism and all, Barry. Especially South Africa, they punch Rabada and all, yeah. Racismo.
Yeah, but that's one great thing about this World Cup. We're seeing so many teams coming and competing. You know, Andy. So the Italian team is playing its first cricket T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone again put this on Twitter. The Italian team has won a cricket match before Lewis Hamilton has scored a podium with Ferrari. And I was just
Yeah,
like, why
who
are they
said
kicking my
Hamilton
guy
is
when
not
he's
scoring,
down?
Bear? Who said he's not scoring?
I mean,
Who said he's not scoring, my guy?
it's his private life. You're not supposed to talk about it. Yeah, so.
I almost went to the tailor, my guy, to get my crop top stitched. Okay, after Arsenal thrashed Sunderland 3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunderland not a great team away from home. They have a very good home record. So after the 3-0, I saw a lot of chest from
I
a
mean,
lot of
speak for
Arsenal fans on
yourself.
Twitter. Yeah.
Great team out
What
there.
is the
saw-
points gap now?
It's just 4, by the way. And Arsenal still have to come to the Etihad, by the way. They still have to come to the Etihad, where they haven't won for the last, I'm pretty sure the last 13, 14 years, if I'm not wrong. Arsenal do not win at the Etihad, okay? It's a different year altogether. So, yeah, they thrashed Sunderland 3-0. Victor Gyökeres, whom I slandered, whom I pasted a lot, scored 2 goals. And, yeah, they had a very good game, actually. To be fair, I watched the entire game. It was a proper game. And then we do a proper remontada. That was one of the best remontada. Probably, yeah, one of the greatest feelings ever. Winning at Anfield. Yeah, dunking on those bozos at home. Coming from 1 goal behind. From a mad free kick, by the way, where everyone, like, I was so dejected, by the way. The amount of voice notes I got, the amount of slander I got the moment the free kick went in from Szoboszlai. I was down. Like, I thought the City team didn't have it in them because the way we've been fumbling in the second half for the last 6 months, we have such a good first half, and the moment comes the second half, finito. We just completely lose it in the second half. Like, no position, we don't dominate the ball at all, we don't create chances. The fact that Szoboszlai scores a worldie, by the way, Donnarumma, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world, didn't even move. My guy froze. Okay, my guy absolutely froze. After that, the heart we had to come back from that. Okay, the ball from Haaland was amazing. The header was so good, and the run from Bernardo Silva to beat Alisson was amazing. After we scored that goal for the last 10 minutes, we dominated the game. For a team that hasn't done that for the last 3 to 4 months, where we lost every second half, the heart we showed away from home when we were supposed to go almost 9 points behind Arsenal. I thought the moment it's 9, I was ready for the crop top. I was ready to get it stitched. Like, you know what? Let me at least just get it, do it right. If Babas are going to see my belly and my belly button, let me do it right at least. Let me work on my abs. The moment we got that pen, my God, yeah, I think you must have heard a couple of voice notes on the GC, right? I was flipping out. I did not see the last time I saw my team win at Anfield with fans. I don't remember the last time, okay? To be very honest, I do not remember the last time. We won in 2020 without fans. Haaland, I scored, but I know it's a pen. I know people will say, oh, why are you gassing up a pen? But the ice in his veins to take that pen, because he missed 3 of his last 5, by the way. He only scored 2. To go far towards his left, and also scored it so well where Alisson didn't even have a chance. The celebration after that, the limbs in the away end, oh my God, it was something else. And it was 3. The goal should have stood. I will stand on business here. The goal should have stood. If you're giving Szoboszlai a red card, okay, that means you're saying there's a clear foul, and the ball went in. Okay, no one stopped anything. Even though Haaland committed the foul, Szoboszlai committed the foul before that. So I don't get it how your rule. So every Liverpool fan, you know what they're told? Give the goal and keep Szoboszlai, because now Szoboszlai missed the next 3 games, and that is massive for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Probably their best player on the pitch. So Liverpool fans are fuming saying, just give away the goal. We couldn't get less. We're anyway losing, right? Give away the goal and keep Szoboszlai on the pitch. But those I don't get VAR. Okay, my God, I just don't understand VAR sometimes. They remove they cancel the goal and they give supposedly a red card. I don't. Yeah, fine. I couldn't care less. We won the game, and yeah, that was probably one of the best feelings I've had for the last 3 to 4 years being a City fan. I think the closest I came to was okay, the Champions League final and the Aston Villa game in 2022, rank higher than anything. But this was an equal third or fourth because we just don't. People don't win at Anfield, especially we in our greatest era. Okay, where we hit the century mark, where we almost went unbeaten for 20 games. We still never won at Anfield. We always drew there. So winning there was probably I see. I don't want to cook Andy. My guy has enough on his plate. My guy's club is washed anyway. Okay, I couldn't care less about Liverpool right now. My eyes are up top. Okay, we couldn't care less about what they are below United. Okay, we couldn't care less about that team right now. See, they have a lot of problems of their own. Salah is washed. My guy's Salah. Okay, the less I say about him, again there'll be some fans saying, "Oh, Salah did that." My guy, no one's talking about his legacy. I'm just saying he's washed right now. Okay, I will still stand on that. So they have their own problems. I don't want to go into Liverpool a lot, but it was probably one of the greatest nights being a City fan, just winning at Anfield. And then we play a game 3 days later. We play Fulham, to whom we have not lost for the last 17 times. Okay, we just don't lose to Fulham. We have a mad record against Fulham, against Marco Silva especially. So that was like an easy game. And Arsenal, the moment we played a game first, and they were only 3 points ahead. If they won the game, there would have been 6. But the pressure that they had on themselves to win the game no matter what, because City already won this the previous day, saw the nerves. I watched the first 20 minutes I was mad tired from work. I watched the first 20 minutes. I couldn't watch the game. I woke up with the best copium in the world. I woke up to AFTV, I woke up to Twitter, I checked the score, and oh my God, the way I was smiling. I have nothing to look forward to this week, okay? It's Valentine's week, I have nothing to look forward to. But the fact that I was the one who was smiling the most, okay? The way I was grinning from year to year, okay? Every Arsenal fan I know, I was liking every tweet. The way I was going to Twitter at work, I was just like smiling, okay? This Baba sort of texting some woman. I was just checking Twitter, my guy. I had nothing going on apart from that. And I watched every fan cam the head. Again, the moment they drop points. Okay, by the way, Brentford were amazing. I watched the extended highlights. They were supposed to win the game, but they were amazing. Brentford played so well. And Arsenal, the moment they feel the pressure, the moment they feel that City are on their necks, you saw what happened last year. They couldn't create any chances. They couldn't create goals. So I still believe I will still come with chest. I still don't think this Arsenal team has the minerals to go ahead. If they prove me wrong, Fez, okay, you all totally deserve it. But I still don't see it. I don't see someone who's taking this saying, it's my league, it's my team. They don't have a Haaland. They don't have a Semenyo who just came and he made started scoring. Look at Eze. My guys watch. They're calling him Booker T with a trim. You know, King Booker, remember Booker T from WWE? They're calling him with that same trim. The slander name. So I still don't see someone who's out and out there. Again, Yorker is a stinker. Fine, he scammed 2 goals the last game, a stinker against Brentford. So I will still come with chest and I'll back my team because we've been there, done that. Arsenal haven't done that ever. If they bottle this, I think they have to liquidate the club because imagine bottling a league 4 years in a row, coming second 4 years in a row. I think that will ruin the fan base altogether. So I will, again, you can clip this up. I will come with chest. I'll keep my crop top ready to in case something happens. But City all the way. I really see something happening. We might not gonna run. We might bottle a few games in between where we might get a sneaky draw because we don't have the same caliber of players. But I don't see Arsenal winning the game against Chelsea. By the way, they play Tottenham next, the biggest rivals ever. And Tottenham have a new manager bounce. The manager got sacked. And whenever you have a new manager and the entire crowd is up for it, you have a new manager. I see Spurs doing something and they have to come to the Etihad and play us at home, which is not an easy game. So if the point gap is less than 3, come to the Etihad. Now it's 4 first. If it's less than 3, oh, I can't wait for that game. We should do a watch along for that game. I think you would either see the biggest head loss from me or you will see the biggest dunking of Arsenal. So, yeah, I don't know if Andy caught the game, but those were my thoughts. I am so locked in. I'm so invested for this game. Andy, if you have something to add to that.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you, as somebody who watched a bit of football last year and then started watching it properly this year, I think the City-Liverpool game was the best game I've watched till now.
Yeah.
Right? the thing that stood out to me was I know all of us are in the same GC where just as soon as Saboslai's goal went in, I said dagger incoming because I know my club so well at this point.
It's we exaggerate, but I actually fell to my knees. Pause. The moment that went in, I fell to I like. Oh my God, Arsenal winning the league, and I had to listen to this bozo Andy like dunk on me. Okay, I was losing it. Yeah,
So that free kick, no, was I don't know what to,
yeah,
all over my feed. It was just that free kick the next day. So many
yeah.
edits, so many people. Like I mean, that was a moment, and then I knew my club enough to know the next few minutes we're going to bottle it so badly because see you're saying City hasn't played a good second half. We've never
Second
played
half,
a
yeah.
good second half in this year. Okay. The last 10 minutes are always the
Yeah.
most horrible one. I wanted to punch my iPad, okay, at the end because they were
I mean,
dragging on that
we can afford
VAR
that
goal.
bit. Yeah,
I was like, what is wrong with these people? Like, just give the
yeah,
goal and get away with it. Oh my
yeah.
God. And then, see, the one thing that I say would be an inconsistency, we lost. Okay, that's fine. I feel like it was a battle of, how do I say?
It was a mid off. It was two mid teams playing. To be very honest, it was like it was. I don't know what else to describe it. It was like a proper mid off. It's like two homeless men fighting for like
No, but then
some food on the road.
I did
Yeah,
feel
it was.
the second half, to be honest,
Yeah,
Liverpool were in control till the 85th minute. And then it all fell apart, and we had what 17 minutes of playtime after
it went on till 103
three. Yeah, we
minutes.
had
So we
17,
had
18
13
minutes.
additional minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
18 minutes after 85, after 85th minute, it all fell apart. The thing is, the one thing I felt was unfair was the Salah. It was a free kick, that was fine. It should have been a
yeah.
penalty. Sorry, it should have been a red card because firstly he has some. See, the thing is when a player is through on goal for Glenn, I think, right? When a player is through on goal, if you block him or if you do anything to stop him, if you do a foul, it's a immediate red card because he scores. So, like, I know Salah is washed, all of that is there, but on at that spot, it is him, the goalkeeper, and
True.
any like 95% of the time he scores top corner. That's like his classic finishing move. Okay, and this guy, like, I don't know who tackled him.
Margehi. Margehi
Maki,
pulled him. Yeah.
right? There was a hole in his t-shirt. Okay, that's how his t-shirt tore, and they just gave him an yellow card. And for Szoboszlai, where there is back and forth, they sent him with a red card. So it felt very. Like, say,
Yeah.
give the goal. We've lost. Okay, it's fine. And that goal, I don't know, Glenn, if you saw the replay, that was the.
No,
I watched football for such a long time that is still one of the funniest things I've. And by the way, to give context, go check out the interview. They asked who your best friend is to Erling Haaland. Guess what his answer was? Suppose like they played together at Salzburg. Okay, they are the
Okay.
best of friends. Apart from football, they're
Yeah.
chuddy buddies. They were in the same. They were in the same
Yeah.
team, and they were very, very young for a while. The fact that they both were through on goal. Soboslai pulls Haaland first, and since Haaland comes back and Soboslai goes to tackle push the ball away, Haaland pulls him back, both fall down, and the goal goes in.
So-
The funniest thing was,
Two fastest. Okay, Haaland
Yeah.
ka speed Szoboszlai wouldn't match. Okay, but
Yeah, match,
they're
yeah.
both running like, and this ball that rolls slowly, like it's losing pace. Okay, it's crawling into the goal, and both of them don't touch it from the half line. Okay, it was one of the memeiest moments of this season. Okay, but
Yeah.
I think the only good things that I would say about Liverpool, I will always say good things about the club, which is the last 3 weeks in 2026, we have converted more set pieces than the entirety of the 2025 season put together. We were the worst team when it comes to converting set pieces. We convert corners now, we convert free kicks now. I'm going to say this with chest. we know where we are falling short and we
What?
are improving. Like I said, yes, I know I'm gassing up set pieces, but that was one of the weak. Dude, come on, man! Like, look at it. When
To put
you're
it to terms, that
yeah,
was Ronaldo-esque. Bhai. That was Ronaldo-esque. If you all are like, if you all have ball knowledge and you
yeah,
all watched comps of Ronaldo
yeah.
back in United, 2007, 2008, 2009, that free kick. By the way, Subozla's idol is Ronaldo, and the fact that the curler, oh my God, what was
Dude,
that? Was
it's
yeah, something else.
it's the opposite
Yeah,
of those of that infamous Roberto Carlos kick where it goes through
yeah.
the side of the
It's
wall. It was
Yeah,
the opposite.
Carlos'
It goes
thing
this
goes
way.
outside and then comes inside, right?
Yeah,
And this was supposed to go to the middle and just suddenly curves to the right.
and then hits
Yeah,
the goal
the
post and
post.
curls, and it was that
Yeah,
close. So it is one of the
mad,
best
mad
things.
free kick. Yeah.
And again, we played. Who did we play again?
Y'all played
B
y'all played
B.
no
Hey,
Sunderland away
Sunderland.
from
Yeah, yeah.
home,
So again,
Y'all won 1-0. Yeah.
like I said, speak for yourself. Beating Sunderland at home is very difficult, and all you said. Yes, we went and we did it. Yeah,
My guy lost to United at home. Okay? Lost to City at home.
yeah.
Drew against Arsenal and is gassing up a win against Sunderland, my guy. What happened to your club? Gassing up set pieces. Is this the same Liverpool? I know, babe. The hell?
It's okay. It's okay. We are now at this point. The only goal is to get to
Yeah.
Championship League. Sorry, Champions League spot.
Champions League, my guy. Championship is crazy.
Sorry,
Right?
sorry, people. Yes, Champions League spot, and
Yeah.
I think that's something that will happen. I trust our team. Endo's performance. Oh my God, man! Pulled a ligament, tore a ligament, had a hairline fracture, I think, and he stood up
Yeah.
to defend the goal and then fell after the
Whenever
defense.
you whenever you think you're good at something, there's a Japanese or an Asian bub out there who's like 15 times better than you. Whatever you think you're good at. If you're Japanese and you think you're good at something, there's a Chinese bub who's better than you. It's just can't get the better of them, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I that's about for football. I think the fixtures this week is all FA Cup, right?
Yeah, we have FA Cup fixtures. It's all there's nothing. I don't see any upsets. I don't. Yeah, we're playing Salford. By the way, Salford is from Manchester. Salford is in Manchester. Sorry. So City are playing Salford. And then yeah, I
It's a
think Arsenal
derby,
playing
huh?
Wigan. By the way, guess who owns Salford? David Beckham, Paul Scholes, and Gary Neville. They own Salford. They run the
Oh.
club. So yeah, they
Oh,
all
David
United.
Beckham owns a second
Yeah,
football club.
yeah, he has shares in that also. So three United legends own Salford and they're playing City. The last time we played Salford, we thrashed them 8-0. So I'm hoping for a 10-0 this time because those United Babas need to get thrashed again.
Yeah.
Arsenal play Wigan, and yeah, I don't see any upsets. I just see a common run of fixtures. But if something happens in the fourth round, yeah, I'll be proper. If Arsenal also get thrashed or something, yeah. If we have any upsets now, we'll definitely talk about it in the next spot. Yeah.
All right. Then moving to Formula One is back.
I'll
And
go off camera. Yeah, wait.
Formula One is back, and it is back like never before. We used to get 6 to 8 hours of testing coverage, and now it is just 1 hour, which is the worst thing. FIA is being criticized, so let's go one by one. Okay, Josh. Every year there are two testing weeks, okay, and it happens in Bahrain. Bahrain has a good mix of morning and evening, so it's like evening and nighttime testing kind of thing. And it has been a standard. Bahrain has been a standard for some time, and you usually get to see all the morning and evening sessions, the full sessions you get to see, and you get to listen to a lot of people talk about, okay, this development, that development, because see, when you have 6 hours of live coverage, you get enough information also, because the commentators are like, okay, back to the garage, this garage where there is somebody talking about, they have interviews of team principals and whatnot. This year, they, just like how the Barcelona shakedown was private and wasn't televised, they made it private for 90% of the day, and the last 1 hour it was live telecasted in all 3 days. So it felt like the commentary, everything was rushed, right? We didn't get to see anything that happened during the day. We just got to see. But the other flip side to that is the media was allowed. So media kept giving us like, okay, this happened, that happened, and all. But the reason why this has happened is because new regulations and the FIA themselves aren't really confident, or this is the assumption that they don't want their half-baked rules being televised publicly and get into a lot of scrutiny, because what has happened is they've updated the engine specifications and all. No? So the engines are all new, right? Basically, this testing period is when you will get to understand the car better. But they the entire rule book has gone to a more how do I say, political is the right word, I don't know, because they half of the power is electric now. Learn things that we learned from this testing right now, 3 days are over, is that all the people who are very vocal about driving and have enough championships to back it up, they all hate the cars. Max Verstappen said the car is not fun to drive, and he has also added that if it is not fun, he will stop racing. Like this rule change has driven him to think about retirement before the season even started. Okay, Lewis Hamilton.
What I like,
Yeah, go ahead.
just on that Lando's comment,
I'll get to
Max
Lando's.
always
Yeah,
threat.
yeah. I'll
Okay,
get to
okay,
Lando's comment. Okay.
okay.
Now the second person who is arguably the one other driver in the grid who can have a really strong say is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton legit said none of the fans will ever understand how complicated the car and the regulations are. So basically, the engine has now, the power unit has 50% electric power, right? Where does electricity come from? You can't have like a massive battery that can last the entire race, right? So it has to recharge, discharge, and like, use the electricity, and then it has to recharge again, all of that. It just
Josh, I'll give you. Stay with me. Look here. Focus. 10 seconds. Okay, so basically,
Of course, the
50%
moment
battery.
it came to EVs and all, my guy started talking. Of course, yeah. This EV
You know, it's
merchant
actually
here.
very similar to. It's actually very similar to how my car regens. But I'll just give you
First,
30
yeah.
seconds. Okay, 50% petrol, 50% from the EV battery, and how they deploy that power changes. Okay, teams have maps that they can set. So some are setting it where. And where they deploy it also changes. For example, you can regen more on the braking zone and you deploy it on the first straight versus the second straight or the third straight. Now, all of that has an effect on lap time. And what the major thing that has come down to this is the car is so complicated that earlier it was like they turn up the engine and you know, okay, this guy has turned up the engine. You can clearly see the spike in acceleration, and now no one knows what anyone is doing because, like Andy said, it is so complicated.
yeah,
There are a million systems going on. There is active aero. You don't know like what setting that is
yeah.
in. You don't know what the battery is in.
Yeah.
It's like mad complicated.
Yeah. So what Max Verstappen particularly doesn't like is the fact that there is so much of electrical interference in racing. He calls it Formula E on steroids. Basically,
Did he actually say that though?
he
Is that
actually
true?
said that. He actually
Oh
said that.
shit, man.
Okay.
Does he not
So
get fined for that or something?
no, no,
Like
no.
if you're
I don't know.
talking
You
He
against
can't
sport?
find Max Verstappen.
yeah.
Matlab, you can,
Okay.
but Red Bull just pays.
The
Okay.
thing is,
That's nuts though. I mean,
yeah.
imagine coming and like slandering your own sport. That's nuts. Okay.
So the only person probably in the grid who can like say this and get away with it is probably Max, I
Kim
think.
Kardashian. Okay.
Right. So now I'll talk about the rage baiting culture of testing that happens every year. Okay. So this year, Mercedes has come out and said, Red Bull look amazing. We are starting on the back foot. There is so many issues now that we are in testing. We are figuring out there is a long way to go. Red Bull is the benchmark. Okay. That's what Toto Wolff has said. So, to analyze whether he has said is right or wrong, we need to look at the data. Okay. Now, what data? I'm not talking about lap times. I'm talking about what Toto Wolff has said in the last 15 years as a team principal at Mercedes. Okay. 2014, my guy said Ferrari is the benchmark. They have so many issues. Okay. 2015,
Okay.
my guy said Ferrari is the benchmark. They have massively caught up to the new regulations. Okay. 2019, Ferrari is the benchmark. They have massively caught up. 2020, Red Bull is the benchmark. We have been so far behind. 2021, Red Bull and Max Verstappen are the fastest in the track. Right. This guy has every year has a pattern where he says Red Bull or Ferrari is the better.
Wait, he sounds very similar to Mikel Arteta. Are they? Sounds so damn similar. Are they like? Do they have some stakes in Arsenal, my guy? Every year, second they come second and all. They have some excuse.
No, but then
look up to some other team.
he said all of this when he was winning.
Okay.
So that is definitely not Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
So Mercedes was
fair.
dominating,
Because
and
of
he
Hamilton. Okay.
yeah, right, and he never admitted that they had the best car. He always said the others are the better car. So
Okay.
if data has to suggest anything, Toto Wolff, his words cannot be trusted. Okay, so it's absolute rage bait, and
His name is Wolf.
and
What do you call trust?
Josh, do you know what sandbagging is?
I just
Have you
explained.
heard that phrase before?
No, but it doesn't sound great, my guy.
No, so
It sounds like it
explain
doesn't
sandbagging.
belong in this.
you know what a sandbag and its uses, right? So if you ever see like a bunker in military
Okay.
and you have a lot of
Okay, got it.
so
Got it.
you sandbag your position, that way you are protected, right? So basically
Got it,
in
okay.
technical terms here, you sandbag also sandbag is heavy, right? It's like when you
Okay.
sandbag your car, you are like adding weights to your car to make it intentionally slower than it actually is. So basically in F1, sandbagging means you've like not gone full power yet. You have not showcased the full potential of the car. You've like kept the cards close to you, kind of a thing, right? So that's what sandbagging is. So Toto Wolff was like sandbagging and rage baiting, and Max Verstappen did not fall for the rage bait. He in fact called Toto Wolff out on this, say, yeah, these Mercedes people will always be like this. They'll say, look at them, and all. We also have our own issues. So now Max went the other way, which is he hates the car. He's like, okay, this is not good, that is not good. And his form of rage baiting is, I am going to quit the sport if this is not fun for me. Okay. See, the thing is, we know Max well enough at this point. We know Max loves to
For
win.
yourself, my guy.
I know Max well
I'm
enough.
pretty sure you know. Pretty sure you know the ins and outs, my guy. I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah.
See, Max loves winning. He comes across as nonchalant. Oh, I finished the race and I went to my sim and I live streamed Call of Duty. That's what he shows on the outside. But he's the same guy who did not care about the championship but will give his 100%. And then on the radio asked, is Charles Leclerc is catching Lando or not? It's the same guy who will act like he doesn't care, but deep down, he cares about his championship, he cares about winning, he cares about giving his 100%. So anybody who knows Max
situation
wouldn't
should work.
fall for his rage bait where he says, oh, if it is not fun, I will leave the sport. If he's winning, he's obviously going to stay. Guess who fell for that rage bait? Mr. Lando Norris, our world champion. He went on to the media. Okay, this guy I have been telling from last season, somebody needs to give him PR training. Okay, he needs to know what to say.
I watched a video of Lando. Okay, someone asked him, "Have you ever been to Amsterdam?" Something. Okay. My guy was
The massages are great.
the massage both. He told yeah, and then someone pulled him away and he said, "I'm sorry, my guy. Is he a child or what?" Be like, what? And the way he drives a normal car too, so zesty. No way he's an F1 world champion. He's just like
So
with
yeah.
both hands.
So Max Verstappen just rage baited Lando into commenting on that, and Lando says, "Oh, we are traveling the world. We are getting paid so much. So if he doesn't want to have fun, he should quit." Okay, because we're all getting paid, he should shut up and race, is what Lando says. Now, the way he has phrased this, he has given, oh, we are getting paid a lot of money, and we are getting to travel the world. So basically, he has put himself in a position where he's saying, I'm racing for the money and I'm racing for the experience, right? Whereas by saying that, what Max, he has implied that Max's feeling is Max cares more about the sport and the car and the progress in technology, whether it is suiting to a driving style, which is which brings out the best of the drivers versus technology. So Max is talking in that direction, whereas Lando, by responding to a rage bait, has put himself in a very weird position where he has projected himself as somebody who races for the money and for the experience, which I thought was the funniest thing. He could have just not said anything. Nobody went and asked him, "What did you think about Max's cars?" He could have just kept his, yeah. So, what is not rage bait in all of this testing is Aston Martin being so far behind in the entire development. Okay, now the reason why Aston is a big talking point is Aston was bought by Lawrence Stroll, who is like one of the richest guy, and he's the kind of guy who's like, if there is a problem, throw enough money at it till it solves itself, right? He's that kind of a guy. He's gotten a two-time world champion Fernando Alonso. Okay, his son is the other driver. Next, he went and bought Adrian Newey to the team. He then made him the team principal. Everything is going good. Like Adrian Newey, I know we've talked about him. He's the genius car designer who has won like 17, 18 championships. His cars have won that many championships, I think. So everything is going well for the company on paper, and they release the car for the year, and it is expected to be 4.5 seconds behind the best car. For reference, in a qualifying lap, the first place and the last place is less than 1 second different last year. Okay, to be 4.5 seconds behind another car means you're basically competing in F2, not in F1. Just like how I said, for Mercedes, we need to look at data. I wanted to know if Aston's poor performance is also sandbagging or rage bait. Okay, for that we need
Okay.
to look at the data of the last 25 years of Fernando Alonso. Okay, if he has been in a team, he is bringing the worst of luck with him. Okay, the last time Fernando Alonso had good luck was 2006. Okay, it all got over there, right? So there is no rage baiting here. This is the fact. If they are 4.5 seconds behind, yeah, they are 4.5 seconds behind. You know what? Lance Stroll, who's the other driver, Josh, they interviewed him and they asked him, like, is there any positives? And he says the weather in Bahrain is nice compared to Britain. Like, that's the best.
But I'll tell you what, Aston Martin fans, if you're watching this, if you guys are newer fans, maybe last 10 years or something, this is a very big characteristic of Adrian Newey cars, Adrian Newey designed cars. He makes them so aerodynamic focused that everything else kind of blows up around him, because he doesn't, the cooling struggles and then the engine struggles and stuff like that. But usually it will take maybe 6 months, but I feel that car will be fast. So Fernando Alonso fans, because I know so many of y'all comment on the reels, so Fernando Alonso fans, have some faith, and hopefully our Spaniards' luck will be a little better this year.
Oh, yeah, I've been wanting that luck to be better every year since God knows when. And when, you know what, my soft corner for Aston Martin has been when Sebastian Vettel joined Aston, right? Ever since then, I've genuinely wanted Aston to do well because it was Vettel's team. And then Fernando Alonso came in and replaced him. So I was like, you know what? At least Aston should do well. I am very skeptical, right now, the way things are, how they're going to turn out. So, Josh and Glenn, I think exactly 20 days from now, we are going racing. We have the first practice session.
Okay.
The season is absolutely live.
Okay. Where's the first race taking place?
Melbourne. It's been a while since, I think COVID was the last time when Melbourne wasn't the starting race, was it?
Oh, okay.
No. I think
No, 2017, 2018, we shifted to Bahrain for the
Bahrain
opening.
also.
Based on
Right.
time zones,
Yeah.
because they're like the earliest or
No,
something.
no,
Like,
no.
what is the reason for that?
So there are some logic to the madness. So F1 as an entire sport has been trying its best to be carbon neutral, so that they reduce the carbon emissions with the travel. So they have this
Oh, got it.
route. They have this route through the world which reduces the least, like, it reduces the travel distance and the carbon footprint, but at the same time it doesn't like cramp up all like United States races one after the other. It doesn't cramp them up also, so there is a mix of both European and American and Asian races like that. But it has something to do with the policy around being carbon neutral. Yeah.
Got it.
My thing is the top three could be any of these three, which is Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. The top three could be any of these three because they all seem to be sandbagging very clearly. The rest of the field, I'm actually not sure at all. It could.
So I have the times in front of me.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly run
Yeah,
it
go
through.
ahead.
So we had the Mercedes. So everyone, again, we're recording this just after the final practice session, uh, after the final testing day 3.
Yeah.
So Kimi Antonelli on top for Mercedes, 133.6. George Russell 133.9. They're the only two drivers that actually got below that 134. Just after that, half a second.
Behind.
Lewis Hamilton after that, yeah, he's half a second behind them with a 134.2. And then we have Oscar and Max, but Max was not really pushing. And a lot of these teams were also doing race runs. As usual, caveats that this is just testing. We can't really put any numbers to this, but just a couple of insights that I was, because I'm following all these crazy Italian fans on Twitter who are literally giving me like minute to minute updates. Thank you so much, you unpaid crazy Italian people who are just so passionate about it that you just tweet about everything. So they were mapping the race sims out of everyone. So Kimi was apparently the fastest. I think he was doing a 137.1. Lewis was 2 tenths below that, so he was doing 137.3, 137.4, and then Oscar was below that, doing a 137.7 or 8. Again, all the caveats of engine performance, we don't know battery deployment, we don't know tires and fuel load and things like that. But yeah, these were like the race sims. So it is looking good for Mercedes so far. Ferrari is doing a lot better than the last few years. Even Charles came out and said that this has been the smoothest preseason that we've had over the last, say, 2-3 years. Because the one thing is, so Ferrari is the only team that is using the same engine that they used from the previous test. So 6 days of testing has been on a single engine, which is like great for reliability. But yeah, that is basically the thing. Yeah, we will only know. So like Max said, we will only know how fast everyone is when everyone turns everything up for qualifying in Melbourne. And then if that Mercedes is 2 seconds ahead of everyone, we'll know that Toto was full of shit. But
When's the first race?
we will
bro?
find out soon.
When's the first race? Like, what's the exact date?
It is March 8th. The race is on March 8th. So the weekend starts on March 6th. I
Okay.
think that's it for the pod. Thank you so much, people, for watching. Thank you for keeping us accountable by dropping comments. Where is the pod? Where is the pod? So, yes, here is the pod. Okay. We'll be back soon. We'll be back next week with weekend updates. And we shall see you all next week.